We witnessed a spell of breathtaking fast bowling in the Asia Cup final between India and Sri Lanka at the Ketarama Stadium in Colombo. Led by the brilliance of Mohammed Siraj, he was simply unplayable on that Ketarama pitch today, and because of that, we saw a lot of records being broken. 50 all out, Sri Lanka's second lowest total in ODI history. Mohammed Siraj, 6 for 21, only one of the few bowlers to have taken 6 wickets in the final of an Asia Cup. India winning by 10 wickets and securing a record extending 8th Asia Cup title. But you all would want to know, how was the spell by Mohammed Siraj? 7 overs, 1 maiden, 6 for 21, 42 devastating deliveries, but the first 16 deliveries were so lethal that Sri Lanka never recovered at this point in time. In this video, I will go through that spell by Mohammed Siraj and how brilliantly he executed his plans and how did he destroy that entire Sri Lankan batting lineup. Because figures of 7 overs, 1 maiden, 6 for 21 took 5 wickets in just 16 balls. But look at his analysis that was there in the first 16 balls. 0, 0, 0, first 6 balls were a maiden, then a wicket, then a dot ball, then 2 wickets, then an unfortunate 4, then another wicket, 4 wickets in 1 over. And then he followed it up with 3 dot balls and then another wicket. 5 wickets for just 4 runs in 16 balls. That was the devastation that Mohammed Siraj wreaked on the Sri Lankan batting. And he was the first Indian to take 4 wickets in 1 over ever since you had comprehensive ball by ball data. And because of that, I will just relive you through the carnage as to how Mohammed Siraj got each and every wicket and at what time. Because remember, the first initial breakthrough, the first wicket went to Jasprit Bumrah as Kusal Perera nicked a full delivery and KL Rahul took a good diving catch. Then from that point on, it was the Mohammed Siraj show. Because his first wicket came at 3.1 and it was Pathum Nissanka who was out for 2. You would remember, it was a good length delivery outside the off-stump that kind of stopped on Pathum Nissanka. He tried to go for the drive, but then he ended up spooning it to cover point where Ravindra Jadeja took a good diving catch to his right. So, Pathum Nissanka fell for 2 around the good length area. He got a bit of swing, but the ball stopped on the wicket, and that is why Pathum Nissanka checked his drive, and that is how Ravindra Jadeja took the catch out for 2. Then 2 balls later, Siraj was applying lot of seam movement and he got tremendous swing even in the air. Earlier, he would admit later on the post-match presentation that there was a lot of seam assistance in the earlier wickets. Here, it was swing assistance because it was cloudy and overcast. 3.3, Sadira Samaravikrama, he got a ball to jack back in sharply from the good length area. Samaravikrama was late on the stroke and that is why he was trapped plumb in front. He took the review, but what happened? It was hitting leg stump. So Sri Lanka lost to review and their woes had only just begun. Very next ball, 3.4, full and wide to the right-hander outside off and to the left-hander outside off. Charit Asalanka yet again trying to go for an airy-fairy drive, but then yet again the ball stuck on the wicket and that is why he ended up lobbing a catch straight to Ishan Kishan at point. And by that time, Sri Lanka's batting order was in absolute disarray. He was on a hat-trick, by the way, but then he just missed it when he bowled a full ball and unfortunately the batter he timed it well and that is how it went to the long on fence. You will see that video of Siraj going after the delivery and all the Indian fielders having a good laugh about it. But it did not last because Sri Lanka's reprieve, Dhananjay De Silva, who had survived the hat-trick ball, went the next ball. He was under tremendous pressure. Siraj was getting the ball to cut back in. This time he bowled the outswinger. Good length outside off. Dhananjay De Silva just had a waft at it and KL Rahul took the catch out for 4. The full ball that swung away outside off the outside edge went to the keeper and because of that, Dhananjay De Silva was gone. Everybody in the Sri Lankan camp were in total disarray. The fans just could not believe the nightmare that was unfolding. But perhaps the best ball that you may look at it is Kusal Mendis and also you may look at it Dasun Shanaka as well. Because if you look at Shanaka's wicket, Shanaka he was wide of the crease, bowled it full and wide and then he got it to straighten. Shanaka, the off stump was completely uprooted. But the 6th one, if you look at it, the 6th wicket at 11.2 was the cream of the wickets, because Kusal Mendes was already established at that time. But then he went for the drive, the ball cut back in and then knocked the middle stump back. Middle stump back, Siraj ending with 6 for 21 in 7 overs. Hardik Pandya then took 3 wickets, and because of that, 6 wickets by Mohammed Siraj, 3 wickets by Hardik Pandya, 1 by Bumrah. Sri Lanka were absolutely blown away for 50 in just 15.2 overs, and India finished it off at 6.1. So he was using swing movement, seam movement, and he was deadly accurate. 78 to 26%. 26% of his wickets came in the good length area. 78% of them he maintained it in that channel just outside off. No wonder he did not go for too many runs, because remember, one came off a 4 and the other was overthrows, which resulted in 6 runs. So Mohammed Siraj, take that away, he had figures of 11, 6 for 11. This is how Mohammed Siraj plotted the downfall of Sri Lanka, using the angles, swing movement, seam movement at deadly accurate pace. Sri Lanka just had no answers. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.